seconds, and Griffin picks it off. And is fouled with 1.1 to go.
You called it, Steve. They drew up a play for a 3. That's exactly what they were going for the win.
And Williams.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Fanboys, LeBron James fanboys, we hope your day is terrible, and I hope that this video makes it worse. So, if you've been following this channel long enough, you know that for me, one of the moments that really just changed my whole opinion and perception of LeBron James, I never ever thought he was the GOAT. But one of the things that I just realized that not only is he not the GOAT, but it's just not in him. Like there's nothing about his personality, his temperament, his character that will allow him to be the GOAT. And that moment for me, one of the moments, was the 2018 J.R. Smith blunder, where J.R. Smith got the rebound. Instead of putting up the shot, instead of calling a timeout, he ended up running out the clock. Now, mind you, before that, this was a time where LeBron James deferred to George Hill instead of taking a shot himself. And mind you, after that, the game was not over. They were going into overtime. And like I said, LeBron James just showed how much of a leader he is not in that moment. Wouldn't look at J.R. Smith, wasn't corralling the troops. You know, he acted as if they had indeed lost the game. As a matter of fact, I've had people comment saying that they actually thought the game was over at that point because of how LeBron James was acting. And to add insult to injury, on top of pouting and not being a leader and getting the team ready for overtime, LeBron James only scored 2 points in overtime, people. Only 2 points after treating J.R. Smith like he had committed the worst atrocity in the world. After pouting and being passive-aggressive, LeBron James, who was so upset at J.R. Smith, goes into overtime and only scores 2 points. So that's one of the moments for me that I was like, okay, this guy is not it. Like, it's just not in him. Another moment, you saw the clip at the beginning of the video, people, is the 2012 AllStar game where Kobe Bryant, hey, LeBron James fanboys, the 2012 AllStar game where Kobe Bryant was punking your king all game. So the clip I played, again, I'm sure, as you all know, Kobe Bryant was punking LeBron for the whole game. But then we get to the last seconds of the game. LeBron James doing what LeBron James does, being afraid of the moment. He gets the ball, he passes it to Darren Williams, who misses the shot, gets the rebound, passes it back to LeBron James. And instead of taking the challenge, his last chance to take the challenge, people, LeBron James throws the ball away. If you look at the video, LeBron, this is clearly a pass of fear. This is clearly a pass out of fear, people, because if you rewatch the video, there is no one even open. It's like, where's the guy even passing it to? I tell you where. LeBron James wanted the ball everywhere or anywhere but in his hands. And this is another moment for me that defines LeBron James. This is another moment for me that shows you that it was never in LeBron James to be the GOAT. Now, some people are going to say, hey, it was just the AllStar game. No. I'm sorry, LeBron James fanboys. As a competitor, when someone is directly challenging you, if you are indeed a competitor, you are going to respond to that challenge. And this is what LeBron James did not do. And there is no excuse in the world. You can look in the dictionary of excuses you can pull from the many that LeBron James has used throughout his career. But there is no excuse that you can give for foregoing a direct challenge as a competitor. I'm sure anybody in the NBA would cook me in basketball. I'm sure of it. But I tell you what, there is no way that you're going to punk me on the court. There is no way that I'm not going to go down on my sword, so to speak. There's no way, like, if I'm going to lose, at the very least, you're going to say, well, he gave it his all. It wasn't enough, but he gave it his all. He tried to respond to the challenge. If someone is issuing a direct challenge to me, saying I can't score, Kobe was talking to him saying this MFer can't score on me, and just challenging LeBron James all game. If someone was doing that to me, I'm going to go down swinging. I'm going to go down shooting. I'm going to at least prove that, hey, I'm not afraid to fail. If you beat me, you beat me. But it's not going to be because I'm scared to accept the challenge. And this is where LeBron James, this is another point that, again, shows you that it's not in LeBron James. This is egregious, people, for a competitor. It's inexcusable. And I would like to know, for anybody who thinks that this is an excusable behavior, for anybody who thinks that there's a good reason, as a competitor, people remember, key word, competitor. Those of you who've ever played sports in any capacity should understand what being a competitor is. There is no excuse as a competitor to do what LeBron James did. And so that's another hardcore strike. You are on the court with the greatest players in the league at the time. You are on the court in front of the world watching. And it was so bad that not only was Kobe like, man, what the hell are you doing? Shoot the ball. But Carmelo Anthony had a look of disappointment. You know, it was that smiling kind of, oh, LeBron, man, what are you doing, man? Come on, you supposed to take that challenge. But that is your king, LeBron James fanboys. The players who we hold in our highest regard, and I would say in all sports, are the players who ultimately are the greatest competitors. Skill only gets you so far, which LeBron James is lacking in that too. Athleticism only gets you so far. It is how competitive are you? How willing are you to take on the challenge when someone is issuing you a direct challenge? That is all the greats. This is what they have in common. But this is what LeBron James lacks, and this is exactly why This is exactly why LeBron James had to take the route that he took to steal the 3.5 championships that he got. This is exactly why LeBron James had to take the route that he took to stack the deck, because at the end of the day, LeBron James is simply not a competitor. And what kind of superstar is lacking that so much? How can you have a GOAT case for someone who is lacking that key ingredient? Because that's the ingredient that drives everything else, is how competitive you are. How competitive you are is going to determine how hard you work. Because if you're really competitive, then you're going to put in the work to be the best version of yourself, because you don't want to lose. How much of a competitor you are is going to determine how willing you are to fill in all aspects of being a leader. Like Kevin Durant. Again, Kevin Durant's unwillingness to become a better leader is a direct indictment on how competitive he actually is. Again, Kevin Durant, yes, does he have tons of skills and whatnot? Sure. But he is lacking some competitiveness that holds him back from saying, okay, I got the skills, I've worked on the skills enough so that I can get off a shot. Like, I have go-to moves, I can get off a shot anytime I want. I have those skills. But now I have to develop my leadership skills so I can get my teammates to play their hearts out for me. I have to develop my leadership skills so that I can hold my teammates accountable when they're not doing what they need to do. This is a direct reflection of how competitive you are, of how bad you need to win. So, LeBron James fanboys, I would like to hear from you guys. What is your excuse for this behavior? Do you think this is okay? Do you think it's okay that someone who supposedly calls himself a GOAT in sports can be so passive in the face of being directly challenged? Do you think that's a quality becoming, forget being a GOAT, but just someone who's supposed to be one of the greats, dude? Be honest. I know you guys are not going to be honest. LeBron James lies, and so do you. We all are aware that you guys are a reflection of your king. But if any one of you out there who wants to better yourself, who doesn't want to be laughed at, who wants to be able to hear facts and adjust accordingly because you don't want to live in delusion, then this is something you need to ask yourself. Is that trait, being passive in the face of a direct challenge from another competitor, is that an acceptable quality to you? For someone who's supposed to be in the GOAT conversation, for someone who's supposed to be top 5 or top 10 or top 20. These things matter more than what mainstream media would ever tell you. Again, these are the things that mainstream media never talk about. Mainstream media is all too willing to just blame it on a team. Oh, it's a team. He didn't win. Well, he didn't have enough help. He didn't have a good enough team. That's the only reason why he didn't win, is because the circumstances just weren't favoring him. So, yeah, we gonna hold up here, people, but I just felt, I was watching a video the other day. I think, shout out to the Real Mind Crime. And he was doing a reaction to a video that was talking about this All-Star game. And as I was watching it, it just reminded me of yet another thing about LeBron James that's just it's unforgivable. And it's really unforgivable for someone who would actually open his mouth to call himself the GOAT. It's really unforgivable for someone who has unclutched sports out here at every angle and every turn, trying to destroy past eras and spin new narratives and change the standards because he couldn't live up to the standards. It's unforgivable. And so, yeah, fanboys, you know, you can say what you want, but Kobe punked your king on several occasions. It's not just the All-Star game. And not just in games. It's been in interviews, again, where people ask Kobe, could LeBron beat you one-on-one? And Kobe is so dismissive of that question. As he should be. But he's so dismissive of that question. I'm like, me as a competitor, if I saw someone answer a question like that about me, they're going to have to see me. Again, I can lose. That's fine. You know, failure, it is what it is. You can't win without failing. But they got to at least know that I'm up for taking on the challenge. You're not just going to say that kind of stuff and I'm going to be passive and be saying stuff like LeBron, yeah, you know, Kobe's the greatest player. Sitting right beside Kobe and now that Kobe's no longer here, you're saying things that would tarnish the legacy of Kobe. Saying stuff like ring culture is weird. It's always about ring culture, so to speak. It's because it's always about winning. It always has been. Since the beginning of basketball, it's been about winning. Sports is about winning. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that Kobe was indeed punking LeBron in this All-Star game? And if you believe that, do you believe that someone who is so passive when being challenged should be in the conversation among the greats? This is a serious question we got to answer, people. LeBron James does too many things that's unbecoming of someone who's supposed to be in a conversation for the greatest of all time, or who's supposed to be we know this is a manufactured conversation, but who is even mentioned among the greats of the game. This is something just unbecoming. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.